Rellism Sports Talk, what's up? Welcome back. Shout out Blaze, Samantha, Drew, 540 Chopper. Yo, Drew goes live on Twitch. Did you have your baby yet, bro? My Fantasy Football Factory. The T-League people, Jay Holly and Prime. Check them out on SoundCloud. Fred, everybody at my HHRC, Timmy and everybody. We about to get into it, guys. Getting into it. Game 6 preview right now. Game 6. Will we have a champion tonight or will we not? Who knows? But I'm excited like a mug. I can't wait, yo. I'm hyped. But look, we're going to start off. We're going to start off with everything's going on. We're going to get into some other stuff. But we got to start off with the basketball. Game 6. What we going to do? What we going to do? What's going to happen? Chris Paul. Giannis. This is what I love about sports, though. This is what we love about sports. So many things. Every game, we've changed the scenario. Every game, we've said, hey, is this what it is? Is that what it is? This could mean this. This could mean this. That's what it's all about. That's why we get so excited about everything. You know, I mean, it's just amazing. That's why football, basketball are bigger than baseball and everything else, because there's so much parity like that. You know, you just never know what's going to happen. That's why we love it. Oh, yeah. So let's go backtrack a little bit. We saw both teams get to the finals. Phoenix was up 2-0, and everybody was like, "Yo, it's gonna be a sweep." Chris Paul didn't righted the wrong. He done all this stuff, and here it is, the legacy builder right there for Chris Paul. It's gonna be a sweep. Giannis has no chance. He's gonna miss the first game. They're not gonna play. Game's over. Don't watch any more basketball. Phoenix is going to win. Well, guess what?
You better shut your mouth before I shut it for you.
I'm just saying. You can't go by that already, man. You can't go by that already. We always know that Game 3, we're like, okay, Game 3 is the one that the home team's going to keep. Whatever. And then they blew them out. So it was like, okay, now really it's Game 4. So we watching Game 4. It's close. Real close. And I'm like, oh, man, this is a hell of a game. And I knew it was going to be crazy. Then you get to the play. The block. And I'm hearing all these people talking to me about which one's better. LeBron's block in the finals against, Steph and them. It was against Andre Iguodala, but against the Warriors. That's how he got his ring. I'm going to just tell you this right now. Anybody who watched LeBron James know he's been doing that forever. He's been chasing down people, running them down. He's a freak of nature. He's a gazelle. He can do these type of things. I don't know why the pass was made the way it was, and I don't know why Iguodala didn't give it back or go harder to the rim. But anyway, not taking nothing against LeBron, but great, spectacular moment in the finals. This clinched you a title. That's why we look at it that way. But let me tell you this. If Giannis does not make maybe the most acrobatic, insane block that I've seen maybe ever, especially the circumstances of what's going on, you're down 2-1. You're at home. If you lose this game, you're down 3-1 going back to Phoenix, and you're probably going to lose. I mean, that's what they say, right? That's what they say. You down 3-1, you're going to lose what, 90% of the time? Right? Yeah, I'm right. So that's what I'm thinking. But he's coming over. Devin Booker, that's just your baby mamba. That's just my baby mamba. Yeah, he's the baby mamba. He's killing. Nothing against Booker. I love Booker. Booker's coming at him. He's guarding Booker. He's stopping Booker from making a play himself. Booker goes to alley-oop pass. Giannis has to pivot his body, turn, and block a man that's having adrenaline and the momentum coming at you. I'm tired of arguing this fact. I'm tired of arguing this. It's not even close. And if you think LeBron's dunk was better, then I'm just saying, because look at the athleticism that Giannis had to do. Giannis had to pivot. First of all, he had to stop Booker, pivot, make the reaction, and not foul in the closing minutes of a game that's pivotal to his whole season and his whole franchise. Really, the whole franchise. The franchise that gave him this Supermax deal, which he stayed at Milwaukee, a small market team. That block might have cemented everything. That block might have put a trophy, not a trophy, a statue in the front for him already. Especially if they win this game tonight. I'm just saying. That block was unbelievable. You know what the bad thing about it is? I didn't see it live. I didn't see it live. I was tired. And it was like 6 minutes left in the game. And Phoenix was up by like 9 or something. I was like, man, this game's over. Phoenix got it. Da, da, da. I wake up the next morning, and I'm hearing about this block. And then the Bucks won. And I'm like, what? And they're like, this might have been one of the greatest things ever in history. And I'm just like,
Oh, come on!
because I never miss stuff like that. I pride myself on stuff like that. And, of course, but I watched it 1,000 times after that. But that's how crazy it was. That's how crazy. And then to top it all off, what happened? Chris Paul turned the ball over. I don't know if he got scared with Giannis like reaching in or if he slipped or what happened. Turned it over, the game's over. Bucks win 2-2. And I'm like, all that had to happen for the Suns to lose. Booker's going to come back. You know, remember after game 3, Booker got benched. Didn't score nothing. He wasn't doing nothing. He came out and scored 40 game. I said game 5, Booker's going to come back again because he's just that baby mamba. He's just that baby mamba. You know what I'm saying? So I knew he was going to come through. And every time he shot, banging. He was banging. Everything. The foul things happened. The foul situation happened. And I'm not going to say that took him out the game, but that changed the game. But then again, he fouled out like 8 times. The referees didn't call it, so I ain't gonna harp on that. But, you know, we saw Chris Paul with that turnover. Didn't have a game 4 that he would like to have. And then we get to game 5, and it's like, okay, Chris Paul, here you go. You're at home. Cement that legacy, baby. You already got the legacy. You're going to be one of the greatest ever. You're going to the Hall of Fame. But this is your moment to push it. So we're getting in there. Game's going. And then the Bucks were up by a lot. And I'm like, I told my wife, I said, look, they're going to do the same thing that Phoenix did in the last game. You know what I'm saying? I said, they're going to be up and the Phoenix going to come back and win. But I fell asleep. I'm not going to fall asleep this time. And then what happens? Chris Paul.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
And I hate to say it, but he self-destructed down the stretch. He was turning over, throwing the ghost man. I don't know what's going on. He throwing it over here. He throwing it over there. What we gonna say? What we gonna say? I mean, Coach Bud finally did something right, which he should have started the series with that, put Holiday on Chris Paul. But he finally stuck to something that worked. You know, they're not switching on nothing. Holiday's doing that. But come on, Monty. Set a pick in the backcourt. Relieve some of that pressure off Chris Paul. You need to have picks. Let these big men bang on Drew Holiday a little bit. The way Holiday's banging on Booker and Chris Paul. Let him feel some of that meat. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing worse than being a guard and you trying to keep up with somebody and you bang into a big ass, big dude. Let him keep doing that a little bit. That's going to make Drew Holiday step back a second. Make the adjustments, Monty. Make the adjustments. But, so then Phoenix came back like I said they would. Like I was scared they were going to do. I'm not scared because I don't really care who wins. I like the storylines. The storylines are amazing. But here we go. So then we're playing. Phoenix comes all the way back. The crowd's into it now. The crowds are getting crazy. Everybody's going nuts. Making plays. Getting turnovers. Doing all that. The crowd's going crazy. Oh, the wolves are barking. The dogs are barking. Everybody's getting happy. Everybody's getting revved up. Here we go. Devin Booker gets the rebound. He's coming down there. Booker's been killing anyway. Booker's going to go down and score. He's going to go down and score. You know, you felt it. He's going to take the lead. It's under a minute. It's like a minute left or something. He's going to take the lead. And what happens? Drew Holiday steals the ball he takes the ball from him. Takes it from him. And changed the whole game. And then the game's over. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how that happened. It's unbelievable how that happened. And it's going to go unnoticed. People aren't talking about it enough because it reminds me of Everybody talks about when Jordan played the Utah Jazz in the finals and all that. His last shot. Everybody remembers the last shot when he posed and he pushed off Byron Russell a little bit. Whatever. I don't care about that. And he makes the shot. Everybody remembers the pose. People forget about the steal. People forget about Karl Malone had a chance to take the lead. Jordan comes around the corner on the baseline and steals the ball. It steals the ball to set up all these plays. Same thing with Drew Holiday. Came through and stole the ball from their best player, from the baby Mamba. Huge play. After the game before that, he don't score nothing. He can't shoot. He can't do nothing. Huge play. I mean, this is what makes sports great. The storylines and the parody and all that stuff. It's like a scripted movie. And this is why it's great, because each game changes the ending of the story. This is why this finals might be one of my favorite finals ever. Maybe because I don't have a dog in the fight and I'm not really invested and I'm getting all pissed off if somebody don't win or not. But it's fun watching this, man. And I know I wanted a 7-game series. And sure, I'll take a 7-game series because the storyline is going to get even greater after that. But, so getting to the storylines. My trending now has to be Chris Paul's legacy. Chris Paul's going to be, his legacy is already there with the Hall of Fame, one of the best point guards ever. But then when you look at point guards, when you start looking at point guards, you start looking at people like John Stockton, who's the assist leader, or whatever. Magic's always looked above him. Magic's got 5 titles. Then you look at Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah's ranked ahead of him too, because I had 2 titles. Stockton don't have none, even though Stockton has had all these different things. But let's say Stockton had 2 rings, or he had 1 ring. I bet you he'd be higher. That's the way Chris Paul kind of is. Chris Paul's going to be top 10, maybe top 5, I don't know, and point guards. But if he gets a ring, that's going to enhance it even more. To a point. But if he don't get a ring, I think his legacy is okay. Because of the way it happened. The way it happened. He got there by beating the Clippers. Which most of his heartbreaking failures came while he was with the Clippers. So for him to go out there and beat the Clippers, and then the way he did it, by willing them and having these historic games and all that, that kind of is always going to be in the back of your mind about how he happened. So whether he wins the finals or not, I think his legacy won't take as much of a hit as it would have if he didn't beat the Clippers and get to the finals. You know, but you lose 3 straight games, and they're looking at you for part of it, saying, you know, you're not coming through it. You're not coming through. So, is it again?
Self-destruct sequence activated.
Or is it other things? Is it other things? Is he hurt and he's not telling nobody? I think Chris Paul's a man like that. He won't tell you if he is hurt. But he got there. I'm just saying he got there, and I feel like it's okay. It's okay that he got there, and if he doesn't win. If he doesn't win, I hope he plays a hell of a game tonight. I hope he doesn't have a horrible game tonight if they lose. If they have to lose tonight, I hope he plays a good game. Because I don't want people to dog him and say he's the reason that they lost and all this and all that. I'll tell you right now, without Chris Paul there, they would have never made it this far. Simple as that. But now that he beat the Clippers the way he did and made it to the finals, as far as legacy goes, he reminds me of my boy right here, AI. Reminds me of him. AI never won a chip. Never did. Never had a team like that. And it was when Kobe and Shaq was together, so hey. But you did win 1 game in the finals. He won 1 game in the finals, and people remember him stepping over Tyronn Lue. So that helped his legacy right there. He didn't get the chip, but he performed in the finals with a team that was... He did have not today Mutombo, but come on. So that's why Iverson's always going to have that up there because of what he did, and then getting to that final. And the way he did against Vince Carter when they were going back. That playoff was amazing. That game 7 when Vince Carter had to come back from getting his college degree. If y'all don't know about that, Google it. That was amazing series. Raptors and Sixers. Huge games. I mean, it's unbelievable. I know, Brandon, I know you know what I'm talking about. But it was crazy. And that's what kind of reminds me of this. It's like, Chris Paul, if you don't win, don't look shitty today. Don't the bed. You know what I'm saying? Because I want them to remember what you did against the Clippers and how you grabbed this team and made DeAndre Ayton better and made all these people better. You know what I mean? Just don't crap the bed, man. Don't crap the bed because then you'll be fine. But my trending up, whose legacy can go out the roof, is Giannis. 26 years old, 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Regular season champs 2 out of the last 3 years. So, hey, you need to win a chip, bro. You need to win a chip. I mean, hey, look at the story of Giannis, okay? People ain't taking him seriously. People don't pay a lot of attention to him because he's not gonna be the one taking the last shot. He's not the closer like Middleton. He's this and this. But when you look at the box score every day, he makes everybody around him better because of what he can do. Middleton couldn't be Middleton without having Giannis. And so forth. All these different players, Connaughton and all these players. It's because Giannis demands so much attention and everything else. That's what it is. And people take it for granted because he's not the one making the game, winning 3 and all this. But I'll tell you what, he's instilling other things in that team. 26 years old, all these accolades. He signed his max deal with Milwaukee. When it was 2-0, people said, yo, where's he going? He going to LA. He got to go somewhere else because he's never going to win in Milwaukee. Now he's 1 win away in a series that he wasn't even supposed to start. He was hurt. Remember, he was hurt. We didn't think he was going to play game 1. He was hurt. We didn't think he was going to play. And then what? Starts and what happened?
What?
What did happen?
What?
He played and played well. Played well the next game. Then he had 2 40-point games. I'm just saying, Giannis is doing things, man. Giannis is doing things. And what can people say? People aren't saying nothing. People aren't giving him no respect for nothing. But now he's 1 win away from being Finals MVP. I said it. Finals MVP. He's 1 win away. Who you going to give it to? Middleton because he shoots a last shot? No. You're not. You're not. So that's the way it is. He's 1 win away from doing that right now. He's been dominant. He's taken Ayton out of the game. Look at what Ayton did against all the bigs. He went against the MVP of the league. Went against AD. He's going against all these players. And Giannis is the one that's making him foul out. Giannis is the one that's keeping him under. Giannis is making a block that's going to be going around the history forever. He's doing these things. Yeah, he's still being stupid shooting a 3 once in a while. Sometimes he can't make his free throws. But I'll tell you what, he's going hard. He ain't scared to shoot the free throws, LeBron. He ain't scared to shoot the free throws, Ben Simmons. He's not scared to go to the line and put it on his shoulders. I like that. I like that, Moxie. I like that, Moxie. He shot a 3-pointer, airballed it. Came back down and shot another one because he was like, yo, you ain't going to keep dogging me. He missed it. But he wasn't scared to shoot it. LeBron Ben Simmons. He wasn't scared to shoot the ball. So I like that. So then we look at it and we're like, with all the super teams going on, my fact or fiction, if Giannis wins this game, would he be the greatest European basketball player ever over Dirk Nowitzki? Would he? I'm just saying, I think so. Even though he had them 2 step back like Dirk. I mean, I'm just saying, like, we look at the teams and we talk about all these different teams about whatever. When he was down 2-0, people were like, well, he's got Drew Holiday. Well, he's got Middleton. No, they're not really all that. And they're not. They're all-stars. Yeah, they're going to be on the USA team, but so what? JaVale McGee's talking about playing on the team. I mean, get out of here. Really? Really? So, I don't want to hear about that. Drew Holiday, Middleton, nice pieces. Are they on the level of a big 3, like Harden and all these people?
No!
Is he on the big stuff like Anthony Davis, LeBron, and all these people?
No!
Kawhi Leonard, Paul George?
No!
All these super teams that's out there?
No!
But everybody got hurt. And I'm not going to dog that, though. You want to know why? Because he didn't make this super team. They got Drew Holiday there and PJ Tucker there to keep Giannis there. They said, this is what it's going to take for you to be there. And they're there. They're there. He's doing it with Milwaukee and the stars that are with him. I think that elevates him over Dirk. Even though Dirk beat the Heatles, I understand that, but he had some play here. Jason, he had the Jet. He had some players, but I just think he's 26 years old. He's gonna pass. If he hasn't passed Dirk yet, if he gets this win, he will. He will pass him. I mean, he will. So I think we're watching somebody that's going to change the history books, and nobody cares. If he wins a ring right here, he'll be younger than LeBron when he first got it. Hell, on that end, if Booker wins, he'll be 24. I mean, wow. That's what makes this finals amazing, man. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it great. So we'll see what happens. So that's my trending up is Giannis' legacy, because I think it's going nowhere but up. But everything's going to change if the Suns happen to win tonight. The Suns win tonight. The Suns win tonight. And Chris Paul plays well. And then they go to Game 7 and Chris Paul plays well again and the Suns win. Can you imagine Chris Paul's legacy then? That would elevate him to the top 5, I think, because of the way he would do it. So we'll see what's going to happen. My pick's tough, man. But I think with everything going on, I think Booker's going to come to play. I think Chris Paul's going to come to play. I think everybody's going to come to play. But when it all comes down to it, I think it's going to be championship. I think Giannis and them is going to win. I think it's going to be a battle. I think it's going to be a close game. I just think that he's going to do something or be available to do something to submit that legacy and say, I got my ring, my 2-time MVP, my defensive player of the year, and I don't cause no problems. I'm like the foreign Kawhi Leonard. I don't start nothing. I ain't gonna be nothing. People can dog me all they want to, but here I am doing my things, winning a championship. I think that's what's gonna happen. I know there was a long time we talked about that, but now get into it. If the season does end today, what's gonna happen after that? We got trades, we got free agents, we got everything. The biggest one, Ben Simmons. Well, Dame might be the biggest one, but Ben Simmons, we're going to talk about Ben Simmons because they already talked about trading him. Talk about Golden State, Wiseman in the pick, and Andrew Wiggins, all these different things. I could see that working. Ben Simmons throwing the ball around to Steph and Clay, but I don't know. I could see it work. New York would love to have anything for Ben Simmons. They want a star. Boston, do you get rid of Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and a pick to get him and feature Tatum? Is that enough? I don't know. The Lakers. Could we finagle a way to get Andre Drummond, sign a trade, Kuzma, and whoever else to get him? I doubt it. Same thing with Dame. New York, LA, Golden State. Same teams. It's the same teams around. Here's my trade. Philadelphia and Portland. Period. Both people have stars, superstars, that they both want out. Ben Simmons, go over to Portland. You could be that point guard. You could be that facilitator. You can do all that stuff. CJ McCollum, you're the star player now. You go to the 2-guard spot. Whatever. And you know what? You throw in at Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris, don't forget, he's an all-star with the Clippers. Tobias Harris ain't no scrub. You put him out there because you trying to put Carmelo Anthony in that spot. Tobias Harris can score. You put Ben Simmons, CJ McCollum, Tobias Harris, and you got bigs everywhere. You got Nurkic. You got all these bigs. You know what I mean? I think that's a trade, and you might throw in some picks here and there, or whatever was going to happen with that. But as far as the trade goes, now you got a superstar. To lose Dame is going to suck, but at least you can say, hey, we got Ben Simmons, who, if he gets his stuff right, he could be right. He was supposed to be the next coming of LeBron back in the day and all this stuff. So if he can get right, he can get right, and he's young. You can sell that to your fans. And you get a proven all-star like Tobias Harris to complement. If you got to get a Curry, too, for more shooting, throw that in the trade, too. Whatever we got to do to make the trade happen. On the flip side, 76 had the best record in the NBA. Joel Embiid didn't even play every game. Ben Simmons ain't shooting nothing. You got guards. You got George Hill and whoever else you want to get. You can pick up somebody on free agents or whatever. But you put Dame scoring and Dame's moxie with Joel Embiid. I want to see it. I want to see it. Even though as much as I'd love to have Dame as a Laker, I want to see it. glasses shaking, battering. I want to see it all. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen with that. But listen to all these free agents right here. This is how the teams can trade. If Chris Paul does not win a championship, he will be a free agent. You don't think somebody's trying to get him like my Lakers? We got Kawhi Leonard. Is he gonna stay? Is he gonna go? Suppose he joined any of the teams I talked about. Mike Conley, Utah. They had one of the best records. Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Victor Oladipo. All these players can help you. Tim Hardaway Jr. and let's see, PJ Tucker if he don't win, or even if he does win. Bobby Portis' crazy eyes. How much money have they made? Come on, Bobby Portis is a good contract. Hardaway Jr. the way he played, getting a contract. And then you got people like Danny Green, Schroeder, Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, Derrick Rose the way he played. Blake Griffin the way he played. These are players that can change anything. And they will sign with certain teams that they're expected to win. You can't tell me if Dame don't go to Philadelphia that some of these players will be like, I'll take a little less money, yo. Mike Conley will be like, I might want to go to Philly. Kyle Lowry's from there. He went to Villanova. You don't think Kyle Lowry, who already got a ring? He already got his ring. He be like, man, you know what? I'm trying to go home and retire. I'm going to go play with Dame, and I'm going to go play with Joel Embiid. That could be scary. That could be scary. I like it, though. So that's what the NBA. The NBA is going to be crazy. I love it. I love this time of year. The finals, free agency, draft, all that stuff. But now we're going to kick it to a little football if we got time real quick. If we got time, we're going to get some fantasy football. My question to y'all is, who's going to be the rookie of the year in fantasy? Not in the NFL, in fantasy. So we got all the quarterbacks. We got Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson. And then we got Kyle Pitts, Najee Harris, and all those receivers. If anybody knows me and listen to me and know how I feel about the fantasy, it comes down to two players to me. And I think some of these quarterbacks are going to get to play, and I think they will. Sometimes people will draft these late. Trevor Lawrence, people like that. Najee Harris, I think he's going to have a big role. Big role. Kyle Pitts, big role. I think it's going to be one of them two. And I think both of their stock is flying up at draft boards. I saw Kyle Pitts get drafted in like the 5th round the other night. And Najee Harris, I saw him in the 2nd round. So I'm sitting here like, whoa, they getting crazy. But my Pharrell Award, dude that helped me get to the Super Bowl last year in my fantasy playoffs, Cam Akers, who I was like this close to keeping, out for the year. Bad luck, Cam Akers. And that hurts my Super Bowl pick. I had the Rams in the Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. Now I'm like, what they going to do? Is Henderson the guy? Henderson could be. He looked good. Malcolm Brown's gone. But is Henderson going to be the guy? And there's nobody out there free agent. You got like TJ Yeldon and people like that. But then you also got like Ty Gurley, but he's all beat up too. There's only one name that I would even look at mentioning. Mark Ingram's going to get released by him, but he's old. You don't want that. Le'Veon Bell. And we're going to say, Le'Veon Bell didn't do nothing with Kansas City. I don't think he had the opportunity to do nothing in Kansas City. I don't know if he had a problem with Andy. Obviously, there was an issue with him and Randy Reed. Talking about he'll never play for them, which he should have never said. He always running his mouth. Stop running your mouth, Le'Veon Bell. Stop running your mouth. Ever since you left Pittsburgh, it's been nothing. You haven't been able to get on the field. Stop running your mouth. But if he could go to the Rams and be 90% of Le'Veon Bell from the Killer Bees, with that offense, I'm just saying, if he has a chance to revamp his career and stuff, I think it's with the Rams. I think he needs to reach out. His agent needs to reach out. I'll take the player minimum, whatever it is. Let me prove myself. Let's go. Let me earn my job in training camp. Let's go. Because I think the way he can get out, the way his skill set is, I think that would be huge for them. I think it would be huge. So, I don't know. But I think Le'Veon Bell should take the spot of Cam Akers. Last thing I'm going to talk about, Aaron Rodgers. Word is coming out that he had offered a 2-year extension on this thing. He would have had 5 years in Green Bay. And he would have been the highest paid quarterback and player. The highest paid. And he turned it down. So now it's to a point where it ain't about the money. So you got to get rid of him. They're talking about no, don't trade him. Devontae Adams is talking out. Listen, if you got to trade him, you trade him to the Las Vegas and get Derek Carr, because that way you know you're going to keep Adams. Now, that's not a fair trade, Carr for Rodgers, obviously. You go get some other stuff. Go try to get Henry Ruggs Jr. to complement him. Or go get Casey Hayward Jr., defensive back, who's a star. Get somebody that can help your team now. And then get that quarterback. So if it is Love, or if it is Carr, whatever, keep Devontae Adams signed. Keep him happy. And if you get a young stud like Ruggs to go offset him, and if things don't work out, you got Ruggs to go with Love, with Jordan Love. Two young guys. Whatever, and revamp your stuff there. You already paid Aaron Jones. You need to get this organized. He might play for one more year or whatever. But if Devontae Adams is not going to sign a long-term deal, you need to figure out how to keep him happy. And if getting Derek Carr is going to help you, then you need to do it. Because you're not going to have Aaron Rodgers after this year. So get another plan in place. Gruden acted like he wanted to get rid of him anyway. Sorry to tell you this, 5-4 on Chopper, but Las Vegas, it's either going to be, you might get Aaron Rodgers, but you still ain't going to win. You ain't got nobody, bro. There's nobody on your team. There's nobody on your team. You got Josh Jacobs, but come on. The Raiders are no good. Brian, the Raiders are not good, homie. I don't know. The Raiders are not good. So y'all tell me what y'all think about that, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Where's Aaron Rodgers going to go? Is he going to show up to training camp? Who knows? Appreciate y'all listening. Can't wait to watch this game. Hey, appreciate all the love, guys. Thank y'all.